Hi, I'm Emily Gossard, and I speak on behalf of the Alzheimer's Association. I became involved with the Alzheimer's Association after my dad was diagnosed with Alzheimer's at the age of 62. Unfortunately, he lost his battle with this devastating disease at the age of 66. I watched as his life downward spiraled over the course of 4 years. Alzheimer's ripped away everything he was and everything he knew. I lost my dad twice, once when the disease took over, and then when he passed away. My dad had an amazing sense of humor. He could make anyone laugh at any time without even trying. He was the kind of person who would stop and talk to anyone, anywhere. He was very carefree and would have done anything for anyone. Alzheimer's took that away from him, and it took that away from me. It took away the fun-loving, easygoing guy. Over time, he became a totally different person. He began displaying behaviors like walking around naked and not understanding why that was not acceptable. If he would have known the things he was doing, he would have been horrified. When he was diagnosed, we were handed a prescription and sent on our way. There was no guidance, support, education, or information available for us. We were instructed to come back in 6 months. I remember thinking, what am I going to do and how am I going to care for him? Like many of others, I turned to the Alzheimer's Association for guidance and support. They were able to provide me with resources and education I needed to be able to not only care for my dad, but to care for myself. Alzheimer's disease is relentless. It does not care about age, race, money, or social status. This disease is not picky. The Alzheimer's Association educates and raises awareness. They provide healthcare professionals with the tools that will help them diagnose Alzheimer's, as well as educate individuals with the disease and provide them with available resources. They offer educational programs online as well as in person. Topics include diagnosis, warning signs, communication, caregiving techniques, and living with Alzheimer's. Peer-to-peer support groups are offered, as well as a caregiver center on their website. There is a free nationwide helpline that provides assistance 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The Alzheimer's Association dedicates its time to accelerate research. They are the largest nonprofit funder of Alzheimer's research, calling on the federal government to increase funding for research and improve access to care planning, diagnosis, and early detection. Without contributions from people like you, I would have not been provided the support and resources that I desperately needed. Throughout the COVID-19 pandemic, the Alzheimer's Association has continued to be able to provide support for one of the most vulnerable populations right now. Like the rest of us, they have learned to adapt to the new normal we are living right now. Support groups and educational programs are provided virtually. They continue to push forward at a federal and state level to get much needed legislation passed. Now more than ever, 35,000 Nebraskans living with this disease and the 83,000 caregivers need the Alzheimer's Association's help. This population has kind of been forgotten and has limited access to resources. The Alzheimer's Association continues to be there to support their communities. They continue to fight so others will not have to lose a loved one like I did. The pandemic threatens the health of millions in this country and around the world. It also presents additional challenges for more than 5 million Americans living with Alzheimer's, their caregivers, the research community, and the nonprofits serving these vulnerable populations. This pandemic has challenged our nation's health systems and has raised many important issues. United Way and CHAD funding has been important, but it will be even more important in the years to come as our community continues to recover from the impact of the 2020 events that our community has experienced. The United Way pillars of funding, education, income, and health have never been more important. When you give to the United Way Impact Fund, you are helping everyone in our community, regardless of circumstances, have the chance to succeed in life. Thank you for letting me share with you. Remember, every gift the United Way Impact Fund receives matters. Our community needs your support now more than they ever have before.